to Taxes and Tacos with 1040.com. I'm Sue. And this is...
Not Paul.
Not Paul at all.
Surprise!
It's Kayla.
Hi, everybody.
We are missing Paul again this week. I think he's trying to tell us something. He keeps trying to escape subtly into the forest or wherever. I guess Orlando is not a forest. He's on vacation with family.
So we embrace the girl power this week.
We did, because we've got Kayla in policy, and then we have the beautiful Jessica running the laptop in the back.
Jennifer?
Did you just call me Jessica?
Did I really? Okay, so I think we've talked about this before, that Jessica is Jennifer's alter ego, her sassy
Evil
alter
twin.
ego, and Jessica's come out a lot today, I gotta say. So I don't think that's on me that I called you Jessica. I think Jessica's gonna come over here and punch me is what's gonna happen. But no, Jennifer is back here, and she is moderating any questions that you guys have today. So we're just, like Kayla said, embracing the girl power. It's going to be a good day.
Open arms.
Yes, it's great. So if this is your first time tuning into the Taxes and Taco show, welcome. This is where we take tax information and we break it down into something that is fun and accessible and easy to understand. So tax deadlines will keep you updated. Tax laws will kind of break it down. And we also throw in a possible free lunch. So if you go to the comments, you can put 1040 bot
1040 bot into our Facebook Live comments. Even if you're watching this in the replay, drop 1040 bot into the comments.
Good to
you
know.
will be entered to win. And we don't have too many free lunches because, you know what, Sue? We are about a month away from April 15th.
Isn't that kind of crazy?
Almost a month to date.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Only a
just
month
blows
left
my
to file
mind.
your taxes. Let's get on it, people. It's a good time. I mean, we kind of know that it's a lull right now. Like, a lot of people don't file their taxes in March. So this is the time to set the precedent, people. Get on it. It'll be great.
Yeah. I'm wondering the personality types of the people out there who do file in March, because we all know, like, early birds like Jennifer, Jessica, file. I think you filed before the IRS even technically opened, correct?
I did.
Right.
She's a
So-
math nerd, though.
And then there's people like me that's like, oh, it's only March. I have enough time to procrastinate. Like, I don't have to panic or think about this yet. I'll worry about it in April.
Yeah, April 1st. That's when everyone's like,
Oh.
this is where it comes.
Yeah. So March is a great time to file, though, especially
Absolutely.
like, get it done or even get started for all of us fellow
Yes.
procrastinators. Start now.
Yeah, that is one thing that's really cool, especially if you file with 1040.com, shameless plug, because you can
It is our
access it.
show.
It is, it's fine. That's why we're here. You can file on your computer, you can file on your phone if you're using a tablet, anything like that, and you can just go and put in little bits of information as you get it. So if you're still waiting on one form, or if you left something at the office, you can put in some forms while you're out and about, and then some, like, wherever it is that you're at. So even if you don't have like a couple hours to sit down and knock out the whole thing, just do it piecemeal. That's totally fine too.
It saves as you go. So
Absolutely.
you have no reason not to start.
Yes. So anyway, remember to post 1040 bot or comment 1040 bot in the comments, and you will be entered to win free lunch. And we will be announcing somebody at the end of this special episode of Taxes and Tacos.
Woo-hoo.
Speaking of special episode,
Hey.
so that was. We
had a
really are
moment.
embracing the girl power. Yeah. Okay. So today, March is the month that has International World Water Day. It's a
I
different
mean,
word.
it is International World Water Day, as it's recognized around the world.
Exactly. See,
Hence,
makes
World
sense.
Water Day.
That's how it goes. So we're actually just going to focus on a lot of aspects of clean water and kind of why that's important to us as a company. So it's going to be a little bit of a different episode today. So we think you'll really enjoy it.
Let's dive right
Yeah.
in.
Puns are great.
Okay,
So I think
Sue, I was going to ask you
Hey.
a question. I was going to set you up for
Okay,
it. 'Cause
set me
usually
up.
what Paul does. is
Yeah.
Sets you up. So why should taxes care about clean water?
that's an excellent question, Kayla. Thank you for
That's a very
asking
good
that.
question.
So we get this question a lot. Like, taxes and clean water don't really have a whole lot in common. And really the most simple, straightforward answer to that is taxes is what 1040.com is good at. And we wanted to find a way to make what we're good at do good for the world at the same time. So we started looking into different options, and clean water just made sense because it's a basic need that people have around the world. And when that basic need is met, it's kind of a catalyst for other development opportunities to start happening. You know, you get clean water out of the way, people can start worrying more about their education, their economies, their businesses, that sort of thing. So especially being a DIY platform, we really love and are invested in the idea of like empowering people to kind of take things into their own hands, that sort of thing. So clean water seemed like a natural fit. So we found Healing Waters International. And Kayla, you had a really good point about how instead of trying to figure out a solution ourselves, we found an organization that had a solution.
Right.
And had already been implementing it. And so we kind of came alongside of them. So that's kind of what clean water and taxes have to do with each other. So that said, Kayla, do you want to talk a little bit about our campaign?
I do.
All right. Look at that mutual setup.
This has been our passion project for the last couple of months, is like putting this together and trying to figure out what content to share and what stories we wanted to tell. And I gotta say, I think it turned out pretty great. So the place that we're hosting all of this awesome content for you guys is 1040.com/hydrate, and we're calling it our Hydrate Hub. So it has basically anything that has to do with our World Water Day campaign. You can find it here. So starting out is Sue wrote a blog on what is the global water crisis and what does that mean?
Yes. So if you're not familiar with that, that's a great blog to kind of get you up to speed. It basically kind of explains why clean water is still a need around the world, and just some stats about how many people there are who are still living without clean water, and it'll probably surprise you. So if you're not super familiar with the, if you're not very familiar with the global water crisis or that sort of language, be sure to check that out. It's a good read.
Scrolling on,
hey,
we have in our linking arms section some of the incredible brands and businesses that have partnered with us just to share their story, and so it's been really awesome seeing brands come alongside of us. And whether that's local brands, we have a lot of local businesses that we reach out to, and some brands that are further away, and so it's really cool. Check out their brands. These all link to their pages, and you'll be seeing some content posted on our social medias from them too.
Super cool.
Onward. So we have this section, which I just think it looks really cool.
Shout out to Joel. I stole it that time.
Thanks, Joel. So
Joel's our designer if this is your first time, and we always fight over who gets to give him the shout out.
Oh, it's just because Paul's not here. You're asserting your dominance.
That's what it is.
Seniority and hostessing. So here we have Guatemala, Haiti, and Dominican Republic, and you might be like, this is 3 random places. But what you need to know about 1040 is that for each of those countries, someone from our team has visited and walked through the country and seen the clean water sites. And Sue and I were talking about it. I just think it's incredible, like from a corporate like business, to be able to go on trips like that into they call them vision trips, which I just think is the coolest name ever, because it literally gives you a vision for what Healing Waters is doing. And so gonna send some praise to Sue for a second, because she's an incredible writer. So she wrote the blog on the trip to Haiti, and so we always talk in the office how Sue has the hard job of making taxes understandable and taking IRS emails that have a lot of legalese and very confusing concepts and big words, and she just dumbs them down for us. Not dumbs them down, but she makes it understandable and helps you be able to figure out what all this means, and so that way when you file, you know what you're doing and you can feel confident in that. And so when I was reading like the proof for these blogs she was writing, I think I wasn't expecting her level of writing to be this like heart touching, and I like teared up a little bit because they're good. Like really good. And all of it just comes from that opportunity to be able to be on the field. You know, it'd be one thing if it was just writing about something that somebody told me secondhand, but because I had the opportunity to actually go and experience this firsthand, I think it really, it makes a huge difference. So yeah, I love, at one point, I'm going to just read this to you guys because it's good. She says, it's right here, I'll highlight it so you can read along with me. Every little bit counts for something. We can often be discouraged by the fact that there's only so much we can do, but only so much means the world to someone who has next to nothing. We have something to contribute to empower the next generation to be better than ever before. I want that on like a motivational poster that they put like in front of mountains or the beach or something and hang it in my office.
Something like that. Yeah. But that really was the one of the biggest things coming away, especially from this particular site, because we visited a school that was on the verge of one of the biggest slums in the world that was in Port-au-Prince. And we, we're walking along with our guides, and they're like, don't be super obvious, with the cameras, because people who live here, aren't big fans of people just coming in and kind of being exploitative. So we were just going to the one place where we knew the people and the school. So to come from this environment where you can definitely very visibly see the just the poverty, and to walk into this building that looked like it was probably a stable at one point, and seeing one of those stable doors open to this site, just all of these kids who jump up with these big grins on their faces, and they're saying hello to us in a mixture of Haitian Creole and English. It was really cute, the kids that wanted to practice all the English words that they knew on us. So, you would be like, hello, and then good morning, and then one kid would be like, donut, and it was really great. So, but just the contrast to be able to see these kids in their uniforms, that their parents and their teachers and everyone kind of came together to make sure was an option for them, it was a beautiful thing to see. And another thing about this is that the teachers in these schools, they're there every day with all of these kids, and they get paid maybe once every 6 months. And one of the things that's helping pay them even that much is the clean water store that Healing Waters has partnered with these school teachers in a local church, I think, that's down there. That water store helps support those teachers. So again, it's that idea of clean water. Once you kind of address one need, it's a domino effect of other things that are able to happen. So it was just really, really cool. So if you're interested in hearing more clean water stories, check out the Hydrate Hub. We also have some stories from the Dominican Republic and the Guatemala. So and those are all, every site that we've been to has some incredible stories and just awesome stuff to kind of catch up on. So make sure you check that out.
Yeah, I'm just blown away by like the fact that 1040 as a corporation is just supportive of sending its employees to go out and experience this, and it kind of adds a whole new level to what we're doing, especially like in tax season. We know things can get a little crazy, so having this big picture of like we are making a difference through helping and supporting Healing Waters and doing this, it's really cool. It's in the field.
It really does. It's very cool.
But another thing we should probably talk about is that we don't, as individuals and as communities, we don't necessarily need to go internationally to work on clean water, to care about clean water. And clean water doesn't make a difference just in the extreme situations where there is none. And so one of the short stories that we got the opportunity to film this month and to talk to is a local organization called Mainspring Conservation Trust. It's right in our backyard here in Franklin. So let's roll this short clip for you to watch, and then we'll talk about it.
I'm Ben Lassiter, Deputy Director with Mainspring Conservation Trust. Mainspring is a land and water conservation organization in western North Carolina. This is our service area, the western 6 counties, the state of North Carolina, and a little bit of Raven County, Georgia, with the headwaters of the Little Tennessee River.
Hello, my name is Chris Weatherford, and I'm the Development Director for Mainspring Conservation Trust. Part of my job is to let people know that the funding and support they give us really has an impact on our resources here. We devote about 40% of our budget towards our water initiatives, which is keeping waters clean and restoring water quality to areas.
I'm Jason Metter, and I'm also with Mainspring Conservation Trust, Aquatics Program Manager. In this area, it's really unique being in the Southern Appalachians. We're kind of the water tower for the whole Southeast in the United States.
The beauty of this area is really defined by the water and the way the water shapes the landscape.
In my job, I often get to take folks out on the water to show them firsthand what these resources look like when they're improved and when they're protected.
We try to educate and get folks involved and understanding about the water that we have and why it's so special.
Mainspring is all about conserving land, water, and cultural heritage. All of our projects have some connection to water, whether it's land conservation, up in the uplands and headwater streams where forested areas are so important to clean water, whether it's water projects right on the river where we're restoring stream banks, we're getting kids into the creek, and then the cultural heritage, which all of those three overlay to make this just such an incredible area. The cultural heritage is really centered on these corridors along the rivers where ancient cultures settled and farmed, and more recent folks make their homes and livelihoods today.
Galen. Oh, well, our screen's
It's
still
showing. Just kidding.
Okay. Sorry. We were panicking a little bit. Our screen's showing something different, but that's all right. Yeah, so Mainspring. And I think what was most interesting when we were looking for businesses to partner with and to team up with to tell us your clean water story. Growing up in Franklin personally, I was like, always knew Mainspring was there. They kept the rivers clean. We always had fun field trips with them. But digging down to what they actually do, I think the standout quote for me from that was that the Mainspring conservation in this area itself is basically looked at as like a water tower for the Southeast. And that's in Franklin, like our tiny little small town.
Which is super cool. It just shows you a little bit goes a long way.
Yeah. And so, yeah, whether it's in your backyard, international travel, I mean, there's always something to be done. And clean water is affecting everything. Like, we all need it.
Absolutely.
And so with that, too, as you can see, the style of the video is we're calling them our short stories. And they're very awesome, very cool. And we partnered with 10 businesses. I think it was 10 businesses and some individuals to tell their stories. And so we're releasing them all month on our Facebook page and our YouTube page. So you can check those out there and watch the whole thing and show some love to these businesses that just volunteered to share their stories. And it's so awesome that they jumped on board.
Absolutely. And all of this is building up to World Water Day, which is March 22nd, which is next Friday, which is coming up pretty quick. Wow. So Kayla, do you want to tell us a little bit about what's going to be happening?
I think it's great. So short side note, yesterday I thought it was the 6th. Really? It's the 12th today? So I
moving
don't
right
know
along.
what a day it is. But so it just blows my mind that next week is our big premiere event. And so what we're doing, Sue, she just shared a little glimpse of what her trip to Haiti was like. And so we're featuring some stories from internal, from Healing Waters, on the trip that they took to the Dominican Republic. I think it was last year.
Yes.
Last year and
was
a half.
the DR trip.
And so they had brought along a videographer. And so getting to tell that story and show what it's like to be there and what it looks like to be involved. And not just as like a core, but like this is how 1040 is involved, but like this is how Sue from 1040 was impacted on this trip, and really looking at individual impact and how we all can make an impact.
It's super cool.
And so stay tuned for that. We're going to be premiering it on our YouTube channel. So go ahead and subscribe and follow us there so you won't miss out. It's going to be awesome. And we're just so excited to share it with you guys.
A lot of fun.
So with that, are you ready for the most important part of the show?
Of course. The most important part of the show.
Time
for
free
time.
lunch. Oh, I was gonna say, I tried to say, I was like, maybe Sue and I can have this like telepathy moment.
Yeah, I messed it up. We always say lunchtime, and I'm like, food, just food. It's fine.
All right, let's give away free lunch.
Drum roll.
Oh. Oh, you want to say it?
Oh,
David and Tiffany Sherwood.
Hey, well done for earning free lunch.
You guys have won free lunch. So message us at our 1040 Facebook page and we will hook you up.
Absolutely.
So excited.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to comment 1040bot for updates and any other deadlines. Get started on your taxes now because it will make that deadline. Yeah,
you
exactly.
Don't even go in with it with the mindset of I'm just going to start filling out what I can.
Exactly.
And
that
you
will
will
make the deadline so much easier whenever it comes up. So, all right, we ready for these tacos?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. / bean burritos for the vegetarian in the house. Are we going to throw this again? This is how it goes. Thank you guys so much
Thanks
for
for
watching.
coming.
We will see you
Nobody else
next
wants
Tuesday
the bean burritos. Those
again.
are just jokes, Jennifer.
That's just
our
we'll just
resident
say that.
vegetarian.
It's fine.
There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight.